Hey, what's going on, y'all? Busy this morning. So, man, it's been a while since I made a video. I haven't been on the road in a while, but taking a little break, getting other things done. Got stuff to do, but let's get caught up. Let's go sit down for a minute. Okay, so catch up time. So where I left off was over the summer. It's been a number of months since I made a video, and man, I feel bad. I enjoy making videos so much. It's a great hobby while I'm out on the road. It gives me something to do, gives me a little more purpose other than driving the truck. But so what ended up happening, what had happened was that last load I had just delivered in Cincinnati and shot just over the line into Indiana at Owens Corning, and met my buddy Russ. What's up, Russ, if you see this? How you doing, buddy? Loaded at Owens Corning, got shingles, and headed up to Michigan. Just a little short run where we got that off, and I come down to exit 5 right at the Ohio-Michigan state line, and my girls came there and picked me up. So I was able to meet up with them, and it was summer golf season for Ryan, and we had a great time, and I'm getting footage all along the way. And you know, these videos, they actually take a lot of time, a lot of energy and thought to go into them, and sometimes you get caught up in when you're really busy. It's quick and easy to get behind when you're trying to make like a series and just a ride along with your daily life. And we got really busy, so I started collecting footage, lots of footage, and almost all of it on my phone as I go along, where we're at, what we're doing. So we were at golf tournaments. They met me, and right at the Ohio-Michigan line, and we made it down into Sylvania, right over the line, and we did the Sylvania Open. It's an AJGA event. It was sponsored by Spicer and Dana. It was a great event. So we had a good time there for a week. And then Ryan got in the truck with me, and we made our trip down to Cincinnati, where she played the Ladies National Amateur Golf Association amateur event. And she played a number of college golfers in that event. It was a great event, and I had great footage of that because she was paired up with Ohio State, Michigan State. As a 15-year-old sophomore in high school, this was a great event for her. And it was really neat for her to experience that, and I had a lot of great footage of it. Pause. Okay, had a pause, had a phone call. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So we were at the National Women's Amateur in Cincinnati with Ryan, and she played a number of college players. It was a great experience for her, so I had a ton of great footage there. And after that, she got back in the truck with me. We loaded outside of Cincinnati, going down to South Carolina, and had a ton of great footage of the trip, her and I. It was a great experience, and just how we do it as a trucker family, golf family. It's not the norm. Most people see these high level junior amateur golfers as kids for money, privileged children. We're a trucking family, and I enjoy documenting how we make it work. We actually load the truck that pays for the trip, that gets us there. It makes our living, and it pays for her to play these great events out around the country. And so we got to South Carolina, a ton of footage of that, and then down to South Florida to final out the summer season. When we got to south of Vero, down around Melbourne, south of Vero, where they built the new Love's truck stop there, since I was capturing all this footage on my phone, I had the phone in my lap. We pulled into the Love's. As I opened the door and stepped out, I forgot the phone was in my lap. Smash onto the blacktop, destroyed the phone. And all that footage that was in it, my contacts, a number of things. And I went the rest of the week without a phone. Man, that's a whole nother conversation. How addicted are we to our phones? How connected to our phones are we? I mean, that becomes our lives. I run my business off of that. You know, it's everything. So we made it through it. Jennifer was following along in the car, so she had hers. Ryan had hers. We made it through it. We got down there. We delivered. I delivered West Palm, and we played the tournament. It was the Florida Cup. So she played her Florida Cup event, and that was truly amazing being a part of the Florida Cup. And the final match, she was the final match, the final pairing, and it was the North Florida versus South Florida. She didn't win it, but she was one of the few that didn't lose her match. She tied it with this huge, amazing, a beautiful putt where all the team gathered around, everybody was there, and it was a great finish. I lost all that footage. That sucks. So that set me behind, and then we just got into so many other things. I haven't made a video in a long time. Okay, cut that short. So now I'm back at it. So what have we been doing since we've been home and off the road? Well, the truck I didn't go home and park and take a break right after that. Actually, we had worked, but we had spent a lot traveling and golfing. So when we got home, I took myself a week or so, and at that point, I dropped the flatbed and back to the reefer again. It was the fall crops are coming on, and I ended up in Michigan and Ohio, and it's a deal that I've done for these guys, for this guy's dad, and now he's retired and the son runs it. Now I did it for the son, and it was 20 years ago since I had been back and worked on that farm, and they welcomed me back in, and I'm so grateful and appreciative of that. And in a market that's turned down and everybody worried about loads, that doesn't change. But you're not going to find, that's in a previous video where I spoke of brokers and loads. The best brokers aren't on the internet, the best loads aren't on the internet. This is one of those deals. There happened to be 8 of us, and we rotated. You know, this group loads on this day, this group loads on this day, and then you're just back and forth all summer. So I spent a few months away from home, living in the truck in Ohio, doing the pepper crop. But I'll take you along on that journey. That's back where I started collecting. I had a new phone, new footage, and we'll start from there. And I'll take you along for some of that ride. The last, where my footage picked up, was me getting the truck ready to head out for the fall, for that crop. Got in the truck ready to go, and I had an air leak. It was the valve under the cab. Now that was one of those deals where, shit, the easiest thing seems like, if you call it easy, would be pulling the damn transmission to get to it. You have to be part spider monkey to get up under there and get to it. I looked at it and I thought, what a freaking nightmare. But we got through that, and I hit the road, and we worked from there. Now, when that crop was over, during that time we had made the decision we were going to make some changes when I got home. So, yes, the trucking market has still not turned around. There's still too many trucks, not enough loads. The rates are crap. I did fine. I was in a sheltered environment. I don't know how else you would say that. And we did good. And when I came home, I built myself a little nest egg. And the plan was one of two things. I had talked to a number of friends and kicked it around a while. Up here in North Florida where I live, there's people moving here, unfortunately. I'm one of them. And it's a lot of land clearing. I considered buying myself a new skid steer, a track machine with a mulcher head, and coming home and parking my truck and clearing land. It's pretty lucrative, but it's a huge investment. And then you're starting from scratch. And you know, it's a deal where it's all on your name. You have to get your name out. So the best way, I guess, there would be to pay for marketing. So that's another huge investment. And then the other was my original trade, which I've said a number of times in other videos. If things get too bad, I never worried, because I had listened to my dad as a young man, and I got myself a trade before I started my business and went out on my journeys. It can never take my trade from me. So I can weld. So the other plan was to, well, I already have a couple of welders. I need one more, a gas powered welder, and then I have my MIG. I can flux, dual shield. I I have two MIGs, a little Miller and a smaller one that I use for flux. And we kicked that around. Since I probably know that the best, more than land clearing, that's the route we went. So when I made it home, took myself a break, had Christmas and New Year's. It was so good being home with the girls all the time. I got my sleeping habits back in order. Before I left to go off this fall, I'm all over the place. Before I left to go up north and do the pepper crop in Ohio, it was time to renew my medical card. I almost did not get that medical card, and this is subject for another video also. And that was my health. My blood pressure was through the roof, and it took a little bit to get it right, and I got my card. But I left out of here with some concerns that I've never had. At my age, I should have been concerned at minimum of 3 years ago when I hit 50. I'm 53 now. A little late to the dance, but we're correcting these issues. I'm not big on meds. I don't take any meds, and immediately they try to prescribe those. So one of the benefits of being home, when I got home and came off the road to take this break, shut the truck down, start another business, and be around here for a while, the number one thing on my mind was to get my health back. Now, when I came back from Ohio after living in the truck for 2 months solid, I was 205 pounds, the heaviest I've ever been in my life. I'm not very tall. I'm 5'7"-ish, maybe. And 205 was very heavy, and it was all right here. And yeah, I eat very well. So the number one issue was to get my health in order. I got my sleeping habits back right. And, you know, fast forward to this point today. I've been home for 3 months now. I can do 2 laps running around my property. Every morning I get up and do this routine. I get up, I run 2 laps. I'm up to 50 burpees, 50 push-ups, and squats. I'm eating very good. I've eliminated all sugars from my diet. No sugar. Cold turkey, no sugar in my coffee, which was a big one. And honey buns don't exist in my world anymore. Unfortunately, I miss them. So being home has really helped me be around my family more. I'm like an addict, and I'm jonesing for my fix. I miss clean money. I miss my truck. The road still calls my name, and sometimes that's the toughest part. But we're not done trucking, and I will never be done trucking. But for now, we're doing something different. So get my health right, get fit, be with my girls more. I only have 2 years left with Ryan, and she'll graduate. Some college is going to sign her, and she's going to go away and chase her dreams. And I want to enjoy this bit of time I have left with her. It's my last child. She's the baby of the family. So be home, be with my girls, spend some time with Ryan, get to see more of her golf and the things she does. Get my health right. And the biggest thing on my plate is finish building the house. And it's coming along. The barn door is coming along, and I'm going to take you along, and we're going to look at that. That's next. All right, let's go. But I almost forgot to mention, 15 pounds, baby. 15 pounds lighter today, and still shedding. And there you go. That's what all the work's been about. So, some of the footage I lost happened to be the build of this barn dominium up to this point. That's so frustrating. I mean, from the time I scraped off the ground right there, to the dump trucks bringing in the dirt, to me taking my tractor and leveling off and building a pad, to me and Ryan and Jennifer getting out there and cutting and digging and laying the rough end underground plumbing, To the erection crew standing it up, it's all gone. And hopefully, if I search back through Google Photos, maybe some of the pictures are still around, but I lost all the footage of this build up to this point. Frustrating, but hey, whatever. I'm just happy to have this baby standing. It took us about a year once we got up here, from having to redo the drawings because my original drawing didn't have a stamp. I drew it. And all the permits were approved other than the interior floor plan and blueprint, which all it did was cost me a lot of money because the architect took my drawing, copied it, put his stamp on it, and charged me. So I had to pay for his stamp. But that made it okay. So once we had all the permit problems solved, it kind of went all right. Everything went smoothly. Now, like I said, we're just waiting on scaffold so I can get up top and finish up all those top windows. The reason the doors aren't on is because they're glass. They're grid, just like all the windows, and they're all glass, and I don't want to bust them up taking wood in and out. And those two windows on each corner are not in because those were the only thing out of all 20-something windows. They messed those two up. Those windows have 4 rectangles instead of 6 grids, top and bottom, squares. They kind of messed it up just a little bit. But no biggie. We have so much work to do. But there you go. I'm happy for this. This is what we're working and living for right now. The barn door is standing, and I couldn't be happier with it. All right, y'all, that's what's been going on, and there's still a lot more to do. Next episode, I'm going to catch you up a little more. That's where we'll go back to where I got the truck ready and headed off to the pepper crop and the repair that come along with it. If you like my content and you want to keep up, just like and subscribe, and we'd love to have you. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, y'all be cool and chug it up.